Good morning to you. Welcome to Good Morning Abuja on NT Channel 5, the Unity Station. Thank you so much for joining us again today. Remember that Good Morning Abuja is where we dish out, inspiration. We give you inspiration, we motivate you. I will give you this positive mindset to kickstart your day. Remember that what hurts you is what you need to forget, but please don't forget the lessons you learned from it. My name is Cynthia Opene, and like we always do, we like to start on a positive mindset. This time, we're kicking off with our motivational moment as we join Mema Ekukinam. And you know what she's saying to us? Say, you need to be happy always. No matter what you're going through, no matter who you are, no matter what life throws at you, you need to be happy. Let's hear more from her. We'll be right back.
There's something powerful about the start of a new month. It's like turning the page of a book. We may not know what's ahead, but we're given the opportunity to begin again with intention, clarity, and most of all, with joy. Today, I want to remind you of something simple, but so easily forgotten in the busyness of life. I want to remind you to be happy today. Not next week. Not when your account balance is right. Not when you lose the weight or get that job or find that person. Be happy now. So many of us have unconsciously made happiness conditional. We've linked it to a milestone. We've linked it to a future event, a breakthrough yet to come. But here is the truth. Joy is not something you earn. It's something you allow. Let me say this again. Joy is not something you earn. It's something you allow. You know I'm big on quotes. So here is one from C.S. Lewis. He said, "Joy is the serious business of heaven." That means joy is sacred, it's necessary, and it's yours for the taking every single day. So how do you begin? Because I know somehow we've all become so used to waiting for something to happen before we start living in joy. Number one, bring your heart and your mind gently back to the present, this very moment, today. Take a deep breath, look around you. What can you appreciate right now? Feel the sun on your face, maybe. Savor your coffee or tea or that rice and chicken you're planning to have for lunch. Send a kind message to someone you love or someone you simply value and appreciate. Take a walk. Stretch your body a little. Laugh out loud or listen to music that uplifts you. Say a prayer. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Even if your life isn't perfect, and let's be honest, it rarely ever is, you can still find something beautiful in the now. This is how you anchor yourself in peace, and this is how you start the month on a high note. And this is how you make happiness a habit, not just a distant dream. So as you step into this new quarter, choose joy intentionally. Choose the present and choose to live fully and gratefully starting today.
Next up on our lineup is our healthy lifestyle, where we show you or give you some tips on healthy living. Let's go there.
It's important to remember our physical health affects our mental health and vice versa. What we do to our bodies makes a big difference to how we feel. Physical activity, diet, alcohol, smoking and drugs can all affect our mental health and well-being in different ways. So let's talk about them. Physical activity releases feel-good hormones called endorphins, which help us sleep and feel better. It also improves our physical fitness, which tends to make people feel better in general. Even small amounts of regular physical activity can improve your mental well-being, especially if it's doing something you enjoy. Physical activity is even a recommended treatment for some types of depression. You can get active at your own pace in your own way. There's no need to join a gym or even spend any money. Simple small changes in our day-to-day can make all the difference. Taking a brisk walk at lunchtime, or walking to get where we're going, getting active in the garden, or cycling once or twice a week are great options. If there's a type of activity you used to enjoy, think about how you could pick it up again. For example, there are lots of local groups and sports teams open to all levels of ability. What's more, studies show that time in green spaces is beneficial. So head to your local park if you can. Eating better can play a big role in our health and well-being. It won't come as a surprise to learn that what we eat and how much plays a big part in our physical health, which can impact our mental health too. Ideally, we should aim to eat a healthy, balanced diet with plenty of fruit and veg. It's important to keep an eye on your calories and minimize foods that are high in sugar, fat, and salt. Alcohol, caffeine, tobacco, and even drugs may seem tempting when we're stressed or tired. And when we use them to try and cope, the idea of stopping them can feel like it would make things even harder. But they can cause more problems than they solve, especially long term. All these habits can complicate our sleep patterns and affect how anxious and depressed we feel. So try cutting down or even quitting. And remember that there's support available. Alcohol in particular can worsen our moods. So cutting down can really help us feel better. As for cigarettes, stopping smoking is one of the best things you can do for your body and your brain. You'll breathe easier, feel better, and save money.
This is still Good Morning Abuja. It's time for us to showcase the traditional musical heritage of our people as we take this traditional musical. Welcome back. It's time for us to take a journey into the soul of the Federal Capital Territory as we bring you a feature on the cultural heritage of the Idu people. It's a show of identity. It's a show of who we are. So let's see the feature. We'll be right back. In the heart of the Federal Capital Territory, beneath the shadows of towering rocks and under the embrace of ancestral winds, the indigenous people of Idu gathered, not just to celebrate, but to reconnect. It was a day of color, history, and cultural pride.
What led to this occasion today is in respect of history that has to do with our people who were staying on top of the hill before coming down to the present Idu here. It has been long that we've been hearing about this history, and even when I was in primary school as a kid, we went there with our teachers. Our elders show us where they were staying before, and our children again keep on asking us some questions. But we deem it necessary today that we have to go there and witness where our forefathers were staying. And when they were there, it was during war. So our people deem it necessary to be on top of the hill, at least to sight their enemies in advance before reaching their place. And that is the essence of staying on top of the hill. We went around, show our children how they were staying there, how they play their life, how they do, culture and so on and so on. We know religion has come to stay, but we cannot forget history.
This festival, held at the historic rock settlement of their forefathers, was more than a cultural showcase. It was a living classroom, a response to the innocent curiosity of children asking, where do we come from? For the Edu community, this is not just storytelling. It is heritage passed down, felt, and now revived. And the message is clear: know your roots to protect your future.
Before now, we have forgotten all this culture of a thing, but the youth now try to revive the event, which we started it last year, and this year one is even better than that of last year. This event will also let our youth, our younger ones, know that yes, this is where we are coming from. And at least if you don't know where you are coming from, definitely you are not going to know where you are going. I will also advise our neighboring community and other community to also pick up, let the younger ones know where they are coming from, in order to encourage their children to know more about their histories.
We also caught up with a former chief of staff in AMAC who passionately emphasized the critical role of teaching our children history and lauded a recent government initiative.
Government of President Tinubu has taken a good direction in respect to bringing back history to schools. I think I must applaud the former minister for taking that bold step, bringing back history to our primary school and secondary school. Today, most of our youth, they don't know what our hero past were able to put in place to make Nigeria to what it is today. But as a result of history, the younger generation will know the sacrifice that our heroes past was able to put in place for us to enjoy what we are enjoying today as a history. So the importance of history to every community can never overemphasize. And that is why we as a community were able to come up with this. We started this thing from last year, and every year of June it's going to become an annual event. We come out in our mass from our youth, our women. We go up there to our historical site where it started century back, 16th, 15th century if I'm not mistaken, before we now move to present Idu. So that we let our children know that they are coming from somewhere, they have a history. So I'm calling on the government that we should give much emphasis to our history so that our future generation will be able to remember what our leaders, past leaders, the sacrifice they were able to put in place for us to enjoy what we are enjoying today.
The Edu Festival is a shining example of how communities can take the lead in safeguarding their heritage. It is a testament to the power of shared stories, lived experiences, and the invaluable connection between generations. As the songs echo against the ancient rocks of Edu, one thing is certain: the past is no longer buried. It's been celebrated, and more importantly, it's been passed on, and they will undoubtedly blossom for years to come. Welcome back, and speaking of the Edu Festival, we are honored to have a special guest in the house to throw more light, in fact, to give us an in-depth conversation, on what happened. Please join me as I welcome His Royal Highness Alhaji Ishaq Ibrahim. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Why I'm saying wow is because I witnessed all that happened.
Exactly.
Beautiful experience, Beautiful people. So now, like you told us earlier, the curiosity of our children led to what happened. So when did you now make up your mind, to say, okay, enough is enough of all these questions. Let's just go there and do the practical.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody in the studio. Good morning, Nigerian. My name, as you Ali said, is Alhaji Ishaq Ibrahim Edu District Head. I am very, very glad to be here today, at least to throw more light on what happened on Sunday. That has to do with Edu Community Festival. We deem it necessary to, exercise such program, basically because of history per se. And Edu community has been in existence for many years. And the present place we are staying now is the third place where our forefathers were staying. They first settled on top of the rock, which you witnessed, you seen the place. And why they were there is just to protect their life as regard war that time. So after the last war, they now came back to the second place, as I said, that immediately after the hill. And on top of that hill, as you can see that the witnesses some grave where paramount chief that time and some elders where they were buried after the 30 years. So they now came down to down of the hill. Then after the last war, our people now shifted to the flat land where present Edu is staying now. So when people keep on asking us, most especially the youth, we've been hearing much about this is the third place that our elders are staying, and this is where we were born. What happened to that place where our parents were staying? We keep on telling them this is the reason why they were on top of the hill, is to protect themselves against the enemy during the war. And after the last war, they now came down to the flat land, at least for easy staying. Because if your house, you are staying on top of hill, for you to come down is a problem. To go back to your house is a problem. And after the war now, they have to come down for them to find easy staying. So they keep on asking, how we wish we can see the place. Say, okay, no problem. We have to sit as an elder level and team up together, then took them to the place and showed them where they were staying, showed them the grave. In fact, showed the whole Nigerian, at least so that they will have the full history of Edu community. And that's exactly what happened on Sunday. We did that last year, but it was, partially okay. I would say let's expand it for record purpose this year. That is why we invited you and other media for us to have a documentary record, so that it will be easy for us next time, or the younger ones, to explain in detail. If they want to see it practical, then they may move and then see what they are talking about. Unlike we grew up, we didn't meet any record of such nature, but there's nothing we can do. It's because of the civilization. They were not educated enough, and all the median instruments were not in place that time. So they cannot make it easier as we found ourselves now. That is why we decided to, create the program for us to fulfill the promise. Because as a leader, you just have to let your younger ones know the history of where you are staying.
Where you're coming from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Edu community, we speak, right from the one we speak Gwandara. But you can see in any place they write it Idu Koro for easy identification. Because there's a term, that's what we call a Kororopa. And Kororopa were the leader of the whole Niger state that time. And we were under Niger state. So they name all the villages, they name Koro after the name of the village.
Okay.
And that is why we are Gwandara Koro. And we have Gwandaran Tony, that is in Nasarawa state. Before it was in Plateau state.
Okay.
Now in Nasarawa state. So we have Gwandaran Tony and others. Even in Kaduna, we still have Gwandara. So that of our own is Idu Koro. But not that we speak Koro. But we speak, we speak Gwandara language. Yes. So all our dialect is in Gwandara.
Okay. Okay, aside from all that happened, the home, let me call it homecoming, or the trying to find out your origin.
Yeah.
I know the Idu people, they have some unique cultures, unique traditions.
Yeah.
What are these traditions that you feel that is worth talking about?
Yes, Idu, we were blessed to have a unique tradition. And somebody who can view what happened will believe that, yes, what I say is right. And we have a different type of culture, but we are able to showcase few of them. And we have a masquerade. And among this masquerade, everyone has his own function. Just like the other one that has leaf surrounding him. If a child is urinating during sleeping in the night, then if there's any occasion, the masquerade will come out and you may take that your child or daughter outside for him to cane him or her. And since that can touches her body or his body, he will not urinate again.
Okay, so the masquerade, the one on green, is used for discipline.
Yes, yes.
I also noticed that some people were saying that, okay, any child that misbehaves, any child that is insulting, that does not obey the parents, they just go and bring them.
Exactly.
So that was what that masquerade was.
Yes.
Is it from origin or it started now?
No, from the origin. And as I told you, they have different functions. If an elder died again, they will come out. And they will even be the one to announce in the community that somebody is dead. When an elder died, before women and younger ones will hear, is this same masquerade that will start going around, start shouting to tell the people that one elder man is dead, before even announcing the name of the person. But by hearing that shout from the masquerade, you know that one elder is late.
And Iroko tree has fallen.
Exactly. Okay. So before they will now announce it, then do the burial ceremony, then fix date for the celebration of the dead. It is now that Islamic have come to stay. If you are a Christian or Muslim, most of this we don't participate again because of the coming of the religion.
Okay, we'll continue this conversation. I think when we come back, you will tell us why the women did not join to climb the mountain. But let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll continue. Okay. All right, it's been interesting. I'm sure you're saying, wow, the Idu people, they are beautiful people. I tell you, honestly, they are. We're going on this break. And when we come back, please don't go anywhere because he has more to dish out to us. Stay tuned.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story. Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
in the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Hello friends, welcome to Kiddies World. My name is Omarade with Erse. Here with me is
Oguntayo. I am Kwasi Justina, and today we have many fun things in store for you.
I had so much fun and I hope you had fun.
Exactly, it was exciting, especially when I saw the lion, ostriches, and buffaloes.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. We are still talking about the indigenous people of Idu in the Federal Capital Territory. Interesting conversation. Okay, so His Royal Highness is still here to throw more light. So now, before we went on this break, I was asking you why the mountain. I noticed that the women didn't climb the mountain. Is it because of them being women, or there's something else attached to it?
Yes, being a woman, there are things traditionally that used to happen in your community that women will not see it.
Okay.
And it has a reason for that. Any woman who mistakenly go out and see what happened on that day may not pregnant again.
Oh.
She will not conceive again.
Okay, so that it has to do with fertility issue.
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly. So the woman will not conceive again. And there are other things that she may like that a woman supposed to have in her life. And secondly, naturally, we only mention that what man can do, woman can do better.
At least I did it.
Which I don't believe in that.
At least I climbed the mountain.
I know you have.
Truly climbed this mountain.
But I believe we have a sleepless night because of your time.
The rock, oh, wow. But it was a beautiful experience.
Exactly.
And I will, if given another opportunity, I would like to, because history is just us. It's just us.
Yeah.
Okay, now I noticed that we had a lot of young boys, young girls, like an homecoming.
Yeah.
Let's look at the marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the special way you conduct your marriage? What happens?
Yes, the special way we conduct marriage before, not now, as I said. Before you give your daughter for marriage, you must have some criteria.
Okay.
That shows that your daughter is due for marriage. That is the mother or the guardians of the girl must produce a sign of she has started seeing her menstruation.
Okay.
Yes.
At what age now? Apart from seeing, what age?
At 11 above.
Wow.
Yes. So the girl may have a boyfriend, but when it is time to give out for marriage, then such thing has to be surfaced through the guidance of the girl or the mother herself. So she will now tell her, anytime you want to see her menstruation, you let me know. She will now get a white handkerchief and then maybe rub it at least to see the blood. This is to tell you that she has started witnessing her messes.
Okay.
Before they will now fix date.
So who is she going to? Okay, she will be the only one that will see it.
Yes.
For her eyes only.
Yes.
Not that she will show it to the.
No. Just for the family consumption, just to confirm that after marriage she can, because the essence of getting married is to have
children, to make sure she won't have any complications.
Exactly. So if she have problem with that menstruation, they can easily treat it before
they marry.
Before they marry. And it took us 1 week celebrating the marriage at that time. And each day has its own celebration. Then after 1 week, then the daughter will now give it out to the husband. And that will be the day that she will now finally pack to her husband's house. Wow. Yes. But unlike now that in a day everything can be finished.
In a day, yes.
Yes,
Don't do the work.
we just meet up.
Maybe
play.
they're trying to cut down
Exactly,
expenses.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, before people don't have much problem. So you only wake up, you don't have any problem. But now you are sleeping, problem will now wake you up. You have
Not
to go out.
waking up the
Yeah,
problem.
exactly. You go out for your daily food, you know, and all that is. But before it's not like that. And I would like to mention one thing, which is very important that people are supposed to know in respect of our community. You see, Idu community has been in existence before coming of a federal capital territory. And apart from showing our youth as they were asking us, we also deem it necessary to let the people of Abuja, most especially those that came from different states, to know that really they are indigenous. We are the original inhabitant of Abuja. We are 9 tribes speaking, we are 9 numbers speaking tribe that make up the FCT indigenous. We have Bandara, Koro, Gede, Bagi, and Basa and others, which make up 9 numbers. So those that just came without knowing all this, and they believe that everybody came to stay in Abuja. I remember vividly where one of my friends asked me, he was my schoolmate, when one time that December reached for, he now asked me, Chief, where are you celebrating your December? Are you going back to your state?
Your state?
I said, which place is my state? I was born and brought up in Abuja here. And that is why I was given this title. You cannot be a district head of an area where you are not an indigenous. It's not possible. Before you say, I thought we all come from different states. But they were saying nobody was staying in Abuja. I said, no, it's lie. Though that is what they wanted. That was the intention of the government, to make Abuja virgin land. But they are unable to fulfill the promise. That is why we are still on the ground. You can see at times some crisis of demonstration, peaceful demonstration, indicating that indigenous are still living, and there are things that we're supposed to get as we give out our land, and some facilities are not being in place. So we just have to come out and show people that we are still on the ground.
All right, in anywhere you have modernization, urbanization, we have advantage and disadvantage. So
yes.
Briefly, what would you say are let's start with the advantages of modernization.
Yes, the advantage of modernization now is there are things that before we used to see in a far distance like Lagos. And how many of us will have opportunity of going to Lagos? It's not possible. I think the first year I stepped my leg in Lagos was 1993. Okay. When I traveled to buy a car with one of my friends. So I discovered many things that we have not seen it in Abuja here.
And now we're seeing
now we are seeing it. Even though that time when we were going to the wharf, that is Apapa Wharf, under one bridge, we saw one dead woman. And nobody even cared to look at her. Machine are passing, motor are passing, everybody just passing.
And it was shocking.
I said, how can somebody die like this and then just abandon her? So I now look at our place here that if somebody die in a community, nobody will go to the farm. At least just to sympathize with the parent of the person. But I later discovered in Lagos somebody just died as if a dog died or something like that nature. So I don't even know when the security agent pick on under that bridge. So these are the things that we don't know before, but we are seeing it now. Even in Abuja here, you just wake up and see a dead body. We used to have it before, but we are seeing it now.
But what about in terms of youth empowerment, in terms of job creation? Do you think it's better now?
Yes, we are opportunity enough to have some non-governmental organization that used to stay in that side before Lagos. But because of coming of Abuja, all of them are here. And do you know that all this private organization, everybody wants to have the headquarters in Abuja here.
So
also that we have some industrial
exactly,
in your area.
exactly, Idu industrial area. We were not even there when they named Idu industrial area, and that is where we have important industry. All the allocation fall within Idu district, that is my district, including the train station. You know, the terminal point is in Idu. So if you want to travel to Kaduna, you have to go to our place in Idu, yes, before you now take up. The terminal point
That's
is
another
there.
beautiful site
Exactly.
for the youths and children.
Exactly. So our children can walk there. And in fact, some of our children are even trying to drive the train. So you see, that is one of the advantages we are getting. But before, we can only see it on television. I start wondering, how can something be long like this? What kind of engine they have? But now we are seeing it, and we've been traveling. Like me, if I want to travel to Kaduna, it doesn't pay. I will just use my ID card, being the district head. I will just travel because
take the train.
Yes, I remember vividly 11 years ago when the Chinese that were given contract, they came and met me. We went out and started locating the plot. I mean the beacons. So doing that now, I was well known even before the then head of state, Goodluck Jonathan. He was the one that commissioned the train station. So that was the opportunity I get. If I want to travel, they don't collect the money from me. Once I use my ID card indicating district of Idu. So looking at the record, the performance I made them to sympathize with me and then give me free. Yes.
Okay, like Oliver Twist, I know everybody has this, what would I call it, atom of Oliver Twist in him. Yeah. So you've said all your youths are doing the privileges, but I know you still have one or two things that you want to make an appeal to the government for. So what would that be? And when you do that, you also talk to your people, greet them as we round up.
Yeah, exactly. You know, as a community level, nothing is too much. Even government will be visiting you every day, but you still have other things as you are the mind to tell the government. In fact, we have light, we have water, but the light is a problem, though it's everybody's problem in Nigeria now. You don't see light all the time, and the bill again is much. And look at the present situation now that there's no money in the country. Will our government to look at that side? What will they do for the poor masses in respect of that light issue? Then number two, the water.
Okay.
We have water, but not enough. If there may be an extension of, producing a big pipe, at least so that we have enough access of water.
That's from the water board?
Yes, from the water board. Then road too. Some people, if they want to, they will be hearing Idu industrial area. Some people from Lagos, they will get an allocation. They will think where Idu is indicated an allocation. When they come, they will see a better place the way they stay there. But when they come, they will find it difficult to locate Idu. We'll have government to create enough road to lead to where we call Idu industrial area. Let us also have the advantage because of the land they use for such purposes so that we can be able to get something too. Like now, if I order for something, when they want to deliver it to me, that is how I'll be directing them on phone. Directing them, they will go like this one before they now trace my house. In fact, we would like to have enough road. We don't have enough road leading to Idu community.
Okay, so what would you say, just briefly in 1 minute, what would you say to your people watching you? You can speak your language to them.
Yes, yeah. I just want to thank my people for the cooperation they have been giving me. You know, as you can see that day, how everybody come out to participate in the program. Without giving us a maximum cooperation, that will not be possible. So I appreciate all of them, and I appreciate all people that give us assistance to see that the program was okay. And I also urge, most especially the youth, to please go to school. Even if your parent doesn't have, There are something you go and do and get money to pay your school fees. Or you can meet anybody, people like us, meet us, say you are mine, this is what you want to do, and you don't have the money. We'll look at the community pocket and assist you. So I will urge them to please go to school. As well, if you cannot go to school, then you have a better handwork. It will be very, very important to the youth. Though that has been my advice to them, and then we're going to have a meeting time to time, at least to ask them some questions before we now know where to come in and assist them. Ntanam Gwandara, ya unaga kuma studio ni bukiwa mideleni, mwabagi samu yimuga malafia. Na godiya ga duk mutanen ba su zo ko kuma Gwandara nabe. Na ka zo abuki ne, ma farin ciki kuma bagi saka kowace alheri. Bagi saka kowace alheri mu kwa mu gan jama'a. Ya bani ben kina yana ka bagi je bai kowace lada. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I tell you, what I saw in that festival, something I picked was the discipline, showing that every child is your child. What they do, if a child misbehaves, they bring the child to the center, to the what we call the square. Yes, and then the masquerade. You see people holding the child, and the masquerade beats up that child to say you have misbehaved. So indirectly saying you are a child of your parents, you're also a child of the community. Beautiful. If it's something that is worthy of emulation. And then the peace, the love, the hunger to know where they are coming from, the excitement from the youth. Wow, wow. So it's something that other communities should be able to emulate and do same. Where are you coming from? Who are you? Who are your people? Is very, very important. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, please. We are going to, they say the words of our elders are just the words of wisdom. This time we want to take African proverbs. Let's hear what our elders have to say about our heritage. Let's go there. We'll be right back.
Come here to break dance. Happy you come here to shake hands. You come here to make plans. Never would you reach this motherland. Whether you come here to rock with me, I mean not to find food. Everything they never would you reach this motherland. Anywhere you go, nowhere be like Africa, nowhere be like home. Anywhere you go, New York, Chicago, nowhere be like Africa, nowhere be like home. Biko eruya wayo, wayaka, karibu kiti, utapewa nini, ayayaya weruya wayo, wayaka, karibu kiti, utapewa nini.
This my African artists will love you. This my African arms they will squeeze you. Yeah, my African ears will listen to you. My Kenyan legs will run to you.
We are fully immersed in the wisdoms of our elders. It's time for us to go to that favorite segment of you and I. It's time for us to go into the cooking segment. And guess what? Nelly is ready to prepare for us plantain boat. Have you heard of that before? Let's see it. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, and welcome back to the kitchen segment with me, your host, Nelly's Ville Diaries. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make a very delicious breakfast recipe called plantain boat. Okay, without any further ado, let's jump right into this cooking action. I can't wait. I'm going to start prepping my plantain. So you want to cut and peel up your plantain skin, and then this is how we are going to create our boat. We're going to come to the middle of your plantain and then slit it open. Okay, ensure that you're not cutting it into two, but can eventually make that mistake and cut it open under. But the main thing is to create the boat, okay, like a cone. Okay, so you can also, I'm using semi-ripe plantain. You can use half ripe. So this is what we want to achieve. So I'm going to open up all the plantains and then we're going to continue. So our plantains are ready. You can decide plantains, okay, or you can leave them, okay. But my plantains are like semi-ripe, not that ripe. Just a little salt. If you're using very ripe plantains, please do not salt it because it will be too sweet. Now this you can bake or you can fry, okay. I think I'm going to be baking some and then I'm going to be greening some and I'm going to be frying some, okay, just to show you the two variants. So I'm going to go in my onion, my tomato, come back guys. I'm going to add curry and thyme to stir that to combine. Just scatter the fish a little bit. I'm going to add the baked beans. Be generous with that. So I'm going to pour in my eggs. So we're going to cover that and allow that cook. See you guys in a jiffy. It's ready. You can scramble the eggs at the beginning, but this is how we like it. So I'm going to go, okay. I always love curry leaves in my cooking for stews and sauces. And then I'm going to sprinkle in my spring onion. And then I'm gonna turn off the cooker. Same boats, okay. So this is what we have here. So this is what they look like. So I'm going to scoop in our sauce into our boat. So this is why you don't want it to be watery. So while chopping up the tomatoes, we deseeded them, okay. So now ensure that the sauce is inside the boat. I'm going to garnish it with spring onion. It looks so good. This is so delicious. Like, I'm all about fast, simple, and always easy meals, okay. And I put you process, as you guys can see, it's simple. You can do it with semi-ripe plantains, ripe plantain. Just do whatever. You can grill it, you can fry it, so you don't have any
with me. I'm sure you're going to try it, and when you do, please come back to thank me for it. All right, now if you missed anything, you don't need to worry. You can go on YouTube and teach Channel 5 spot word had or has for us. Let's go there.
At least 10 countries have now qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. On Thursday, Jordan and Uzbekistan made history by securing their first ever World Cup appearances, while South Korea booked their 11th consecutive spot at the global tournament. 3 teams also joined Japan, New Zealand, Iran, and Argentina, who had already punched their tickets to the tournament. Co-host United States. In another development, Super Eagles captain William Troost-Ekong has celebrated his 10th anniversary since making the debut for Nigeria's senior national team. The centre-back has represented the Super Eagles 79 times in 5 major tournaments, winning 3 trophies. According to Troost-Ekong, "I will never forget the big boss, Stephen Keshi, for believing in me to make my debut in Kaduna that day a decade ago." On latest football rules, the International Football Association Board has announced 5 significant updates to the laws of the game set to take effect in the 2025-2026 season. These changes will debut at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup hosted in the United States. Here are some of the key rules changes. Goalkeeper possession time will now have a maximum of 8 seconds to hold the ball. If exceeded, the opposing team will be awarded a corner kick, a shift from the previous indirect free kick. VAR communication flexibility competitions now have the options to allow referees to verbally explain VAR decisions to the crowd or keep them private depending on the tournament rules. Additional innovations, FIFA will trial referee body cameras at the Club World Cup, giving fans unique real-time views from the referee's perspective. And assistant referees will now position themselves along the penalty spot line rather than the goal line to improve judgment on goal line decisions and offside calls with
Welcome back. You have seen all the scores, all the highlights. Now it's time for us to know what the weather looks like so that if you are going out, sure you don't wear something too hot. Let's see our weather forecast. Weather forecast, we say very big thank you from all of us here at Good Morning Abuja. We say thank you so much for spending your time with us. Remember that all we dished out to you today was about identity, celebrating who we are, okay? It is always and always good for us to know who we are so that we also know where we are going to. Thank you so much. Remember to get up and then move on. My name is Cynthia Openo. Bye for now.
A world of exciting programs.
This program will be coming your way every.
Nobody know. You got it, nobody know. You got the key, we go open the door. The key, we go open the door. Broke all the rules all the time just to get to you.
Kip, as I'll be back next week.
Are you up to date with the pacey world of sport? Or rebranded Kalu Sport as the finest bet for your doing so?
So join us every Thursday live at 3 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja to talk sports for your viewing pleasure. Remember, you can be sporting program. Join us on the analysis, views and opinions.